It's the Cable League.
GG's. I think I'm gonna pack one, pick one this Tinker. And then either Preordain or Gadgeteer, I think is the next best card. I deserve some blue. I deserve some blue, yeah. I'm going through like my lack of blue withdrawals over here. Almost missed recall here. I don't love miscalc. It's usually not hard to get like actual good counters for 2 mana, and you only have so much space for them. Bombardier's is sweet. I'm just gonna take Jace, I guess. Hey, there we go. The good Mox. Oko? Oh yeah, this is a decision point, huh? Do we want to Oko or Shieldred? I'm gonna Shieldred. Oh shit, what up? And then here we've got Time Spiral and Mana Vault and Hymn to Turok. I'm gonna take Spiral to go with a Shieldred. And potential Future Academy. I'm gonna take the Mana Vault here. Because it's good to cast all these cards, huh? Talisman, I suppose. Not in love with this pack. Animate Dead's much worse than usual. There's way fewer colors. Or way fewer creatures, sorry. The subs are so aggressive. Yeah, that's why I moved it over there. Well, it's not blocking the pack. You're welcome. God. No thanks. No thanks for everything I do around here. Should we play Memory Jar? That's a Tinker target, right? Oh, gross. Not an exciting pack. I guess Manifold Key works with Mana Vault. Oh shit, what up? Counterspell's D, so then we take Battle Sphere, I guess. Something to tinker into. Dark Ritual makes that Shieldred a little bit less ambitious. And let's take a Misty. Hey, Moxjet Black Lotus. Moxjet Black Lotus. We do have to pass a Mana Crypt, but that is fine. That is A-okay, friends. Time Walk. I'll draft a Time Walk. And then the backup cards are One Ring and Baleful Strix. Maybe Reanimate. I think we're just One Ringing. I don't think we're going to overthink it here. Hey, Wacko Jacko. Thanks for 5 months. I guess One Ring is kind of cute with that Manifold Key. A little bit of fixing here. Remand doesn't seem amazing, but neither does Liliana. I don't think I like Palantir. Maybe I do. The new No Blue Step went very well. I did throw the finals a little bit by not killing a Shieldred one turn. But we ended up with 5 out of possible 6 game wins. And that's pretty good. That is something I'm extremely happy about. Is Murktide interesting? Yeah, I really don't love this pack. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Mean Bean, thanks for 45 months. Brain Freeze can counter random Vampiric Tutors and stuff, but I don't know if I like it. I think the odds of it doing something are just pretty low. Like, I almost want, like, Talisman Snap or something. Dress is decent. And I guess I'm drafting Seal. So there are 3 more packs after this. We're missing Hull Breacher, Orcs, Narset, Force of Will, and a couple Moxen. Even Underground Sea would be pretty hot, right? Haste up Soul Ring. Soul Ring Narset. Oh, there's an Underground Sea here. I don't know if I want to take it, though, because it comes in a play tapped one. Does make the mana a lot better, huh, though, with our double fetch. Yeah, we're just going to Soul Ring Narset. Intuitively. No Underground Sea in the last pack. Wow, what a waffle. Look at this pack. What a fucking waffle. What does waffle mean? It means it's not a fucking hit. Means it fucking sucks. All right. What do? I think I do like the Manifold Key. Between Soul Ring, Mana Vault, and the One Ring, I think it's got enough stuff to do. What's wrong with waffles? The maple syrup makes the magic cards sticky. I want to play this Cryptic Command. It's like a way to reset the One Ring, which is kind of nice. I think I just got to cut it, though. I don't think our mana is going to be that good. At least 2 of our Moxes are on color. That helps a lot, actually. Mono Blue. I don't think we have the playables here. I've seen some folks try it. Here we'd be going down to... I guess we'd like technically have exactly enough playables if we did Mono Blue. But the deck's a lot worse without Shieldred. Like, much, much worse. The draw 7s are like just a huge liability. And I like these discard spells. Yeah, I think Bowmasters is better than Duress. And Thoughtseize too. Duress is really good in this format, though. Dark Ritual is helping us play Shieldred and One Ring. It is very good here. I'll cut the on-color Talisman. Or the off-color Talisman, rather. Keep the one that's double fixing. Cut the one that's only half fixing. I don't love the Urza, but it does play with Battlesphere. This would be 12 blue sources, which is what I want. And 6 black sources, which is a little light. I think 7 black sources is enough with Dark Ritual and Lotus getting us to Shieldred. I guess I could cut Probe. We have like Duress and Inquisition. They're already showing me their hand. We don't have like Force Will for the blue count. Probe's so good. It feels wrong. It feels like something else should be cut, like Reband. Maybe Reband sucks, Sometimes you can remand your own spell to save it from a counter. Kind of cute. Ruins doesn't count as a double black source for a lot of these cards, but it certainly does for Shieldred. I don't like how Ruins doesn't let me like turn 1 Dark Ritual, you know? Or Duress or any of that. But you're right, it isn't a card that gets me to Shieldred all by its lonesome. It is helpful. How's this draft deck possible? It's not a draft deck, it's a Vintage Supreme deck. So a lot of A lot of busted decks possible in this format. Pretty average to have a pile of power. Because you're getting so many first picks. You're getting 18 first picks and 18 second picks. And then they're throwing the rest of the packs away. So our deck's going to be juiced up with power, and our opponent's decks are also going to be juiced up with power. Supreme is to Caleb, what Chandelar is to Caleb. I mean, there is something fun in getting a super sick deck together, and you do that in both Chandelar and Supreme. But they're not quite the same thing. Supreme draft can get a little repetitive. Chandelar has some charm from playing with really old school cards that Supreme Draft doesn't have. The repetitive part of Chandelar is like not even the game. It's the NPCs that stop you every 5 feet at a certain point to bother you for battles, and you just have to like pay them all off to walk between 2 towns. Hey, Daytona TC thinks the sub thinks it's 65 months. Yeah, Blightsteel Citadel would have been really nice as a Tinker target. We never snagged that one. Yeah, it leans that way, Georgia Monte. I've drafted 2 non-blue decks today. My last one almost trophied. If I hadn't thrown the finals in my arrogance. Yeah, the O2 was just a bad draft, though. And the 2-1, I literally punted the finals. Hucked it. Tempting to slam Battlesphere, but the opponent just demonic tutored. We should probably have the counterspell up, huh? Red Am 333. There are a few non-blue vintage decks. There's like the mono white dungeon deck. And there's workshops. And there's Hagok / Dredge. But any deck where people actually want to like interact and draw spells and stuff. Those tend to be blue decks. Wish I had the mana for Time Walk here too, So we're gonna snap, cast back, show and tell. Terrifying. No, my Time Walk. They wanted Archon over Atraxa. Interesting. So they attack up to 18. If I sack Urza, then it's 10 plus 7. It's not enough lethal unless I rip an artifact anyway. I'm gonna sack a Mirror Token. Yeah, I figured it made sense to math it at least, huh? Well, that seems quite strong. Your turn! I wonder if they win that game if they show and tell and put Atraxa in, huh? Snap looking a little better, huh? Yeah, maybe Steve's train. I'm still curious whether show and tell and Atraxa wins there. Pitch to Gas Forest. Well, they'd look at 10 cards, Mag Attack. I assume they would find a blue card in 10 cards, right? I would have kept my Time Walk, yeah. Who knows, huh? Maybe they find Black Lotus Time Walk. Mulligan. Maybe. Chester one twist here. Very offensive. There are 560 cards in the cube, though. So, for example, my deck doesn't have Force of Will. We only have 2 Moxen. Or I think we have 3, actually. But that's my point. Like, you don't always have the same exact decks and what. So the nice thing about twisting is whatever they Demonic Tutored for shovels back into the deck. The downside is that we don't have Narset down. Like, our hand's like kind of good. I think it's worth thinking about. Hell yeah. No blue mana. That Abraid's a bit of a bummer. I'm just going to dress here and hold up Counterspell. Kind of a telegraphed counter on my part. Oh, shoot, what up? Hey, Blackfire, thanks for 48 months. We know they had 1 ring and they had Nordic Rest. Manifold Key cannot allow you to activate Black Lotus twice. You have to sack it as part of the cost. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Luis Navidad, these up 43 months. Appreciate you. Luis says, even for Supreme, this deck seems nuts, lol. Thanks for the content. Yo, you're very welcome, Luis. And Regis H is at 53 months. Something about 5 pieces of power. Yeah. 5 golden rings. Let's go. Well, this is looking real groovy. They let the Tinker resolve against Memory Jar for the win. So there's no, like, right answer for them on this turn. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Funky Time 69. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 23 months. Not bad. Not fucking bad. I guess, huh? I guess I keep this. It's like turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Battlesphere. I know we're mana short for the turn 2 Battlesphere. Unless we're able to Mox or something. Basic Forest. It's interesting. Could mean Oko. Little T-Mage action, sure. That One Ring might be hard to beat, huh? Unless I rip Shieldred like this turn. Marset's good against One Ring. You can see why it's like much worse than a Hull Breacher would be here. I'm gonna find a Time Walk. Is that good enough? That's good enough. You win. Next. Next! No Force of Will blocks. Supreme Draft Dastardly. The decks usually end up pretty busted. 50 Last Living Dahlia. I kind of punted the last game too. I was so close. So close to the dream no blue trophy. Hard to be upset though. Hard to be upset. Still a hell of a run. What the Spellseeker's gonna grab? Pest Infestation, sure. All first and second picks, Red Trinket. So you get a pack, you get a first and second pick, you throw the pack away. So you're not drafting with other people, you're not reading signals. Just building the whole deck out of first picks. Yeah, go nuts. Time Walk, lose 2 life. Probe, lose 2 life. That Academy might let them Pest Infest. Pay for the leak now. Bit of a bummer. Academy was one of the few cards that would make me red not leaking that Time Walk. What the shit is this? Correct Mind's Desire. If you think about how many Moxen you get to pack 1, pick 1 in the average draft, where you only see 3 first picks, and now you get 18 first picks, you're gonna get a lot more power. Got an interesting decision whether to like tap them out with Leak or not here. I think not. I mean, the mana leak was still good, right? The threat of the mana leak made them blow up one less thing, make 2 less tokens. Sometimes the threat of a thing is quite powerful. Show me what you got. They're holding on to mana drain. I did this better, White Seal. Feels good to attack. Again, we know they have mana drain in hand, so they're just dressing for information here. Remand is good versus their counters. May only Green Dry at some point. But they do have big mana sinks, right? And like Pacifization. A little bit worse on the draw, but not much worse. I guess Remand is also not great against a bunch of mana hum from their side. Mull. Let's go Mox Sapphire off the top. I guess any Mox off the top is pretty good. Maybe just a discard spell. No? Okay. A little bit worried about just getting rocked here. One's got some explosive starts. Cycling Miscalc, sure. Feels like we're about to get wheeled. Our hand is good, but we are in game 3. The opponent does have the initiative here. Not the literal initiative, but Tree Mage, sure. Really want a Narset, but I also want to hold up my counters. Maybe let's chill here forever. Spiral not looking very exciting because the Narset's not going to be around that long, right? They're going to smack it with Trinket Mage. And then smack it again. Hello. Hello there, Shelly. If I had a Swamp, do I Shieldred or Jace? I think we Jace, and then the counter we let it resolve. And then we Shieldred and watch it win the game. Bye, Narset. One probe, please. So missing green mana. That's funny. So we Oko, they mana drain. Or I'm sorry, we Jace, they mana drain. We counterspell. They untap. If they hit a land, they get to Oko, clear my Jace. That'd be pretty bad, huh? I don't know what to do about that, though. I think we just have to try and dodge. Try and fade the land. If they get to draw a land, they can clear Jace with Mox Oko. If they whiff on a land, they cannot do that. Mox Diamond has a pretty restrictive comes at a play cost. We could have Jace Feet Sealed, yes. Yeah, the Jace does not get out of Oko plus Trinket Mage range. It would like give them like a slightly less chance of getting a land for their Mox Diamond. I don't know which chat was talking about, but fuck, that time walk off the Twister was so bad for me. We didn't draw our time walk. We do have some juiciness here. Maybe they don't have lands. I mean, you generally end up playing like 10 to 12 lands in this format because you're playing so many Moxen. The opponent's playing enough colors, and they are playing the draw 7s to make the Mox Diamond still good, but that's a pretty big downside. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, MTG Steve. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for sharing that Prime. Yeah, my main desire with the Jace, Brainstorm. I was hoping to find Moxen. Potentially even like Mox Jet, discard spell. Didn't happen, but that was the ideal. They're gonna wheel after that. But I liked this hand. Kind of. All my sweet, sweet discard. And one of my draw 7s. I want to crack this memory jar and find a time walk. Probably not happening. The wheel bin to Oko and force negation. Is that a good Wheel of Fortune? Oh, that's 100% fine. Very tempted to let this force resolve. All right. Shit. Instant regret. Well, they didn't like Minsk and Boo me or something crazy. Oh, they're pest infesting. Sure. I wonder if they just ripped that duress. It feels like they did, right? Or they would have duressed me in the turn previous. And now we just top deck Shieldred, cast Shieldred, crack jar. Easy game. Their hand is Shieldred, Miscalc. Miscalc's the only card I care about. We only have 5 cards left. I think we are supposed to preordain here. Because there's a Shieldred in like literally those 5 cards. And this looks at 3 cards. So we go bottom. Bottom. God damn it. Shieldred in the last 2 cards of the deck here. Play out this talisman so I don't redraw it. Oh, we were planning on twisting anyway. Yeah, they put in 3 lines in if they miscalc the time twister, and then they redraw mana drain off the twister. They won't have the mana drain mana up. I think it's smart for them not to miscalc here. I have a lot of mana. Just grab this Force of Negation, huh? Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Huskazy, thanks for 31 months. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it to run out the 1 ring, or if I should just spiral here. I think my chances of winning this turn are higher if I spiral this turn, but if I don't win this turn, then my board position's better if I 1 ring. We're in a memory jar hand right now, right? Whatever we don't play, we're going to be discarding. We could chase Brainstorm and, like, protect cards. I kind of like just playing the jar, playing the 1 ring. I guess I should Tinker, hum. Jace bouncing Trinket Mage is funny. Just to make them discard it. Not good, but funny. Good to see Pest Infestation in the graveyard. Yeah, it's kind of open with all of our draw 7s. We would have found another Time Walk, right? Like, we went through some, like, extra, like, 14 cards there or whatever. What's up, Time Walk? How you doing? Hey, Zeratol. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 8 months. Late Night Vintage Cube. Hell yeah. Narset. Yeah, Narset with one of the draw 7s would have been good too. It did not happen. Yeah, maybe I wasn't supposed to 1 ring plus Jace. Maybe I was just supposed to play Jar and crack Jar again, looking for walk. Looks like I'm going to lose here, doesn't it? The vibes I'm getting. Yeah, fair enough. Fuck Yeah, I think we were at the start of that turn, at the start of the jar turn. It sure felt like we were ahead. I sure felt like we could get there. And then our deck did not cooperate through a couple of draw 7s. Format's high variance. It's high variance, yeah. Usually if you see enough cards, it reduces the variance, though, is the complaint here. That's what I'm whining about. Not sure if any of this is correct. Could have just like held up leak here. Only I made time walk. It's the format 0-12. It's the format here. We're not doing regular vintage cube. Everyone's just gonna have broken decks. The format. The Supreme Draft, you're not drafting against other players. You're looking at 18 first picks and 18 second picks, and that's what you're building your deck out of. How many times have I needed to explain that today? Quite a bit. Yeah, I tried to like setting it up by explaining it yesterday and having come in the stream title and stuff, but still surprises people. That's fine. Not everybody catches every stream. People are dipping in and out and such. Can certainly be confusing if you're just jumping in, especially after a few weeks of regular vintage cube. How dare you, JoJo? How dare you? Day one of the format? Yeah, but I mean, the format doesn't last very long. It's not like day one total of the format. Supreme Draft's been around off and on. And it's not like I'm going to be doing this for like a month or whatever. It's going to be maybe 1 or 2 more days of streaming this. Not going to be a week straight or something. It is fun every once in a while. There is one, Daggerhawk. I don't know if you're trolling or whatever. That is a command. I believe it is linked in the stream title. I think most people are excited for it to be more degenerate, Mark, with multiple pieces of the same power and stuff. Fuck, what do you bottom here, One Ringer, Shieldred. I guess since we don't have the second Black Source yet. Shieldred wins so many games, though. Maybe it's the Tinker. I'm not going to play this on turn 3. Yeah, fuck this. Yeah, the biggest disappointment for me is that the duplicates were advertised. And so then I spent all day yesterday correcting people that were saying there weren't duplicates. And I was like, no, the article said there's going to be duplicates. And then today there was an error, and now there's no duplicates. I had too much faith. Still some sweet decks, though. Still some real busted. Beat some malarkey here. Does it get old quick? Supreme Cube in general is not like an everyday format. They only keep it around for a week for a reason. It's like a little snack, a little bit of dessert for the true degens to gorge themselves. Aw, thanks, Taboo. Yeah, someone said that if I streamed this for like a week straight, it would be sort of like having dessert for 3 meals of the day. A little rich. Kind of comparable to Omniscience Draft, too, where you're just trying to do the most busted thing possible. And it can get kind of repetitive if you do it too much. But the novelty is sweet. They are not Domination. No dupes. Does Shieldred win again? Right. There's not mech tank. If I put it in the overlay somehow, like that's like a lot of text to have in the overlay, people will still ask the question and be surprised and stuff. The text doesn't necessarily grab everybody, right? Putting a command in the stream title is about as good as I can do, and I'm happy with that. Having to explain a new format multiple times is, you know, part of streaming on Twitch, right? Not the end of the world. Oh, we lost in the finals, Savage Sunday. I threw one of the games. I threw one of the finals games, too. But we still got a whopping 50 gifted subs. It was still fucking great. Glorious, beautiful. Yeah, Skittles, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, that Saga's almost scary here, huh? So the Narset and the Time Spiral is a little bit of a non-bow. They can still draw one more extra card on my turn. So this Time Spiral does still hit them for 2.